All right, the LA Chargers have a stud defensive back that nobody's really talking about. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is fully dedicated to the Chargers. And Jordan Oladokun out of Bowling Green. Love it. Love it all. Here he is, little pick six action. He picked off J.J. McCarthy when Michigan played them. He had, I think, 6 interceptions last year. I'll go back up here. I had it. Oh, here was the J.J. McCarthy interception. In just, kind of a bad throw by J.J. McCarthy, but there he is. Love it. Here's why he went undrafted. His RAS score is just terrible. Really terrible. 40-yard dash, not good. 20-yard dash, 10-yard, or it's 40-yard, 40-yard dash, 10-yard split, 20-yard split. Not great. Size, he is 6 foot, but here they have him at 5'10" and a half. So that's one of those classic, it's like what you did in high school, right? Where you're like 5'9", you're 5'8", but in the program you're 5'10". Yeah, I'm 5'10". And that's kind of what it's like. Oh man, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Actually, he's 5'10" and a half, 190. So a little bit smaller than you'd like and not as fast. However, the Chargers, last couple of years, especially, last year, they drafted Cam Hart and Terheeb Still in the 5th round. So they get this guy, undrafted free agent. There's room in the secondary for him possibly with Benjamin St. Juste. I never know if I'm saying that right. From Washington, really underperformed a lot. And so there's opportunity in the secondary for this guy. Keep an eye on him. You know what I like? Let me just go back here really quick. Is that he had a passer rating allowed of 18.4, which was the 4th best in all of FBS with a minimum of 100 snaps. So there's some certain stats out there that are just like, dude, this guy is a ball hawk shutdown corner. But he doesn't have the size. He didn't have the speed when undrafted. So it's just one of those depth pieces. Could be a great addition if nobody's talking about this guy. I love it. I love him. And here's one more right here just to show you. Top of the screen. This one I love. Flips the hips. I mean, what do we do with this guy? Fumbled. Let's go, baby. 6 foot, 190. Okay. We know that's not true. We know the RAS set is different. Okay. Another thing that's kind of interesting is PFF put out rankings of the wide receiver groups in the National Football League. And the Chargers are 27th. And I thought this was interesting because this is not great. However, it just, again, shows, even with an unproven wide receiver group, that you went to the playoffs last year. Justin Herbert, the defense, the whole thing, you're able to get to the playoffs last year. Then you go over to the running back rankings. Even with an unproven running back room, you're 15th. This is good news, in my opinion, for both of these rankings. To see that, man, if you're up there, ranked high, it's like, all right. But it's like we have so much ceiling to go. There's so much room for growth. There's so much that can happen here. Omarion Hampton turns out to be the guy that we think he is. Najee Harris turns out that he was underutilized. Just the Steelers suck, and he's really good. Now you've got the ability to be really good here in 2025 with your skill position players that everyone was saying we don't have. Now you do with Trey Harris that you drafted, Ladd McConkey year 2, Mike Williams comes back, tight ends, Oronde Gadsden we talked about is just probably the guy so far in this offseason that's been the biggest surprise and the biggest that not only is he the biggest surprise, but he's the best case scenario. It's like, yeah, it'd be cool if we had a really good guard show up. But of all the positions, tight end is the one that's like, we don't really have a tight end. So to have Arondé Gadsden, who was thought to be this kind of thinner wide receiver type tight end, is actually, wow, he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, he's more grittier, he's a blocker, wants to be in there every down. Tight end. Didn't expect that. Didn't know that. That now changes everything when you go over to, because we get it. So it's like, okay. Will Dissly, Tyler Conklin, love you guys, but just there's no pop there. There's nothing. Arondé Gadsden and Steve-O Klotz. Let's put those guys in. So if you haven't been following, Steve-O Klotz is just a absolute blocking animal. There we go. And so now offensive line's good, wide receivers are good. You combine that with, okay, what if the wide receiver room, Ladd McConkey, year 2, Mike Williams, Trey Harris, start to do things that you have not done in a long time in the wide receiver room? I love that. Okay. Also, let me know in the comments. We've been talking about it, but just when you look at the division, you got to be feeling pretty good. Again, I don't think you want to downplay the Chiefs. I just don't think it's a good idea to just be like, oh, Chiefs, they've fallen off. It's like they were in the Super Bowl last year. Patrick Mahomes, don't sleep on the Chiefs. I don't think anybody is, but they're not going anywhere. Second thing is, I don't think you want to really, the Raiders, you wanna believe that they suck, but they don't. That's the one that's just like, dang it. Same for the Lions with the Bears. The Bears mismanage and run horribly for a long time. No quarterback, no coach, and same for Lions haven't been any different here for a while, but just recently they've picked it back. They've obviously figured it out, but the Bears, it was great because it was like, cool. They're just not going to be good. This is great. Now it's pretty easy to see, yeah, the Bears are going to be much better. The Raiders are going to be much better. It's like, dang, that was fun when they had a terrible coach and no quarterback. That was really cool. And then the Broncos, you want to talk about the team that I don't know what they are. Just, again, from an outsider's perspective, and because they do not suck. There's no question. They also, are they really one of the elite teams with a second-year quarterback that we've all just thought, really? That's kind of how it feels. Really? Bo Nix is going to be like awesome? I don't believe that, but he doesn't suck. No way does he suck. So they got a great defense. I don't know. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. The division is going to be awesome, and it's going to be fun to watch, and we'll see all of you on the next one.